Yo, what's up guys, it's Royals here, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to become a rock hero in 1 week. So you are probably thinking, yo, become a rock hero in 1 week? That's a really short amount of time. But yes, I'm going to be showing you how to become a rock hero in 1 week. So you might be thinking, so how are you going to be doing this? Are you going to be showing us tips or what? So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you what you should be doing throughout the days of the week. So like day 1 you should do this, day 2 you should do this, day 4, you get the picture basically. So I'm going to be showing you different days and what you should be doing on those days in order to become a rock hero in 1 week. So I'm not going to waste any more of your time, so without further ado, let's just get straight into the video. So on day 1, you're going to want to learn your times tables. So at this point, if you've literally just started, which some of you would have, some of you won't, you might be getting, I don't know, maybe like 15, 20 already. But if you have basically just started, or you're only getting around 10, 15, whatever, right? You probably don't know all of your times tables. Now, if you don't know all of your times tables, you are going to need to learn them. So I recommend this one way, which I know quite a few people did this method, and it worked really well for them, so I'm going to be recommending it to you, and it's basically a times table sheet. Now, you might know what this is, or you might have absolutely like no idea what I'm talking about, but basically a times table sheet is just a sheet full of times tables, like 1 to 12 times tables. So let's say in the ones times table, it has a question like 1 times 3, and it shows you the answer. So 1 times 3 equals 3. Or in the 12 times table, 12 times 4, and it will say the answer, so like 48. And it's basically just a huge sheet of questions and answers, so all of the questions you will be asked in TT Rockstars, and it just have a huge amount of answers. So you're probably thinking, yo, Raws, it's good knowing what a times table sheet is. How am I meant to get one? I don't really just have a times table sheet hanging around. Now, there might be one in your classroom, but there's obviously, you're not going to have one on hand. I don't think anyone does. So what you need to do is basically go on Google and search up this. It will be up on screen now, times table 1 to 12 sheet. So once you search this, all you need to do is press enter and then go on to images, and you will find a bunch of images of just sheets of times tables. Now you just need to get one of them and make sure the answers are right, because what is it, I found an image once and it had like all the wrong answers. I think it was a joke or something, but make sure you get the answers right. Now if you don't know the answers, just ask like your mum or dad or someone in your family to make sure the answers are right on the sheet. And once you really know that this is the sheet, it's all good, it's got the right answers, basically everything that's good, all you need to do is print it. Now, some of you might not have a printer, some of you may do, but if you do have a printer, that's really good, you've just got to print this. But if you don't have a printer and you don't know what to do, what you need to do is just look at the sheet and write everything down on a piece of paper. So just do 1 times table, then all the questions and answers, 2 times table, all the questions and answers, all the way up until your 12 times table, and have it all on this one sheet of paper. So once you've actually got the sheet of paper, whether it's been printed or you've wrote it down, what you need to do is obviously just have it really like just have it by you at all times, and go into a game of TT Rockstars and just play, and let's say a question comes up that you don't know the answer to. So let's just say it's 5 times 10. You don't know the answer, so you think, wait, what's the answer? What you need to do is look at your sheet and look for 5 times table, then find 5 times 10. And once you see the answer there, 50, just type it in. And let's say you get another question that you don't know the answer to. Let's say it's 7 times 3. You look at the 7 times table and you find 7 times 3, and the answer on the sheet will be 21 when you type it in. Now you get the picture. Basically, if you find a question that you don't know the answer to, you just need to look at your sheet and type in the answer. And you're probably thinking, how does this teach me my times tables? Now over time, what you do is you end up remembering the answers, because you're just going to get asked, obviously a bunch of the same questions, but just in different order. And you will end up just, it will really stick in your mind once you've looked at a sheet like 10 times for the same question after, a bunch of different games of TT Rockstars. So it'll end up sticking into your mind, and this is a really good way of learning times tables. So yeah, just make sure you do this. If you didn't get everything, like for instance you forgot what to Google, just go and rewind the video, and yeah, you can just find it there. It's really easy, this method. It doesn't take too long, unless you don't have a printer, then it might take a bit of time to write the answers down and the questions. But apart from that, this is a really good method of learning your times tables. So make sure to do this if you want to learn your times tables. Anyway, let's get straight into the next tip/day. So for day 2, you are going to want to start using the number pad if you aren't already. So some of you may know what a number pad is, and some of you might have absolutely no idea what a number pad is. So basically, the number pad is just like a little pad on the end of your keyboard that has numbers and an enter key. Picture up on screen now. And if your keyboard doesn't have this, you can buy one off Amazon, and they're not like really expensive, like £100 or something. They're most of the time they're only like £5, £10, depending on which one you get. Make sure to get a decent one, and it should be really cheap. And once you find one on Amazon, if you don't know how to find one, just literally go on Amazon and type in number pad. Find a good one that's quite cheap, and try and convince your parents to buy it. And I'm sure your parents will buy it for you. They might not buy it until a week or two, but still, you just need to make sure that you have a number pad, because if you don't have a number pad, it's going to be really hard to get 60. Like, it will probably make you 4 times as slow, since I've only seen someone get about, I would say, like 60ish with the top numbers. And yeah, if you don't know what the top numbers are, I'll just show it on screen now. But with the number pad, I promise you, right, with practice, this will probably make you 4 times as fast, just because if you're not, literally everyone uses the number pad. Every good TT Rockstars player who gets around 100 are using the number pad. So make sure to buy a number pad if you don't have one, or just use the number pad on your keyboard if it's on your keyboard. But make sure to start using it if you're not already. Anyway, let's get into the next day/tip. Now for day 3, you're going to want to practice as hard as possible. Now one of the main tips is practice. If you're going to get Rock Hero in 1 week, you will need to practice a lot. Now I'm not saying like 5 hours a day, but I'm talking about 1 hour a day minimum. If not, 2 hours a day would be really good. But trust me, if you're only doing like 15 minutes a day, you're not going to get Rock Hero in 1 week. You might get it in a month, but not a week, trust me. So what you want to do is at least play for 1 hour a day, and that's good practice. If you can't play for 1 hour a day, that's alright. It might take you 2 weeks to get Rock Hero, but 1 hour a day is ideal. And if you do 2 hours a day, that's just really good, since you basically do double the progress. Since obviously you will play 120 games, for instance, rather than 60 games in a day. So you're going to be getting double the progress, aren't you? It just makes sense. Trust me, practice is the main thing for all guides and to get better at TT Rockstars. If you're not practicing and putting in the time and effort, you are not going to get Rock Hero in 1 week. So make sure you are practicing as hard as possible and as much as you can. Anyway, let's go into the next day/tip. Now for day 4, you are going to want to learn to not spend as much time looking at the number pad. Now let me just try and explain what I mean. So obviously if you get a question like 7 times 8 for instance, you're going to need to look at your number pad to find where 56 is, for instance, since that's the answer. And it's going to take normally 3 to 4 seconds to find that. Now this is going to slow you down so much. I mean so much, I mean like 2 answers. You're on that just 3-4 seconds that you're losing out on. This can make you lose about 10 answers compared to if you really slim down that time looking at the number pad trying to type it in. You could get an extra like 10 answers, for instance, which is a lot. And now some of you might be thinking, well, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to try and learn to touch type? Now some of you will know what touch typing is, some of you won't, but touch typing is basically you're looking at your screen when you're playing. You don't even look 1 second at your number pad. You're just typing and looking at the screen. So you're not looking at your number pad at all. I do not want you to do this, because this will take like months to learn, or a month at least to learn. Some people learn it in a few weeks, but that's quite rare. So trust me, you do not want to try and touch type. Just try and make it so you're only looking at your number pad for like 1 second or 2 seconds at most, since that will just make you get so many more answers in a game. So it is key not to look at your number pad for too long. So just try and get that time down as much as possible. Anyway, let's go into the next day/tip. Alright guys, so for day 5 you are going to really want to focus on trying to get at least 35 to 40 a game. So you are going to want to be getting around 30 consistently, and if you can even get around 35 to 40, that is really good. As 30 answers a game is 2 seconds per answer which is a huge jump from like 10 for instance, which is 3 seconds an answer. 3 seconds an answer, I mean 6 seconds an answer. It's a bit late, so my math is a bit dodgy right now, but yeah, it's a huge jump. 2 seconds an answer is quite fast compared to, like, for instance, 20 or 10, as I said. But you really want to focus on getting 30 consistently. Now, the key word here is consistent. If you don't know what being consistent is, it's basically like getting the same thing over and over again and not going to under or above. So, for instance, being consistent is like getting 30 every game for 100 games, but being like the opposite of consistent, inconsistent, it's like getting 30 one game, but 20 the next game, then 50 the next game, and 5 the next game. That's just all over the place and completely the opposite of consistent. So try and get a minimum of 30 consistently, as that is what you need to be to, since that's what you're going to need at around day 5, otherwise you won't really reach 55 to 60 on day 7. Well, if you're not getting 30 consistently on day 5, you might become a Rock Hero on like day 8, which is still really fast. But yeah, you're going to really want to focus on day 5, just getting 30 consistently a game. Anyway, let's go into the next day/tip. Now, on day 6, you're really going to need to push yourself to get 50 consistently. So now at day 6, you are going to need to get a minimum of about 45, if not 50. It's not too hard to get this if you are good with a number pad and can even type some numbers on the number pad without looking at the number pad. So don't worry if you're not getting around 45 to 50 at this time. It might just take 2 weeks for you, or maybe a week and a half to get Rock Hero. But if you're not getting 45 consistently on day 6, don't worry, since I didn't even reach Rock Hero for, it must have been about a month and a half to 2 months. So 2 weeks, so let's say you get Rock Hero in 2 weeks, it's still really fast compared to how long it took me to get Rock Hero. So don't stress yourself out and be mad at yourself if you haven't got like 45 to 50 consistently on day 6, as it is quite hard to get this good so fast, but it is doable. I have seen people do it, and if you put in all your practice and a bunch of effort, you can do it. But trust me, if you're not getting this, it's okay, since I didn't even get Rock Hero for, it must have been a month and a half to 2 months. But anyway, let's get into the final day/tip. On day 7, you're going to be wanting to get 55 to 60 consistently. Now, you'll probably be getting around 55 and maybe even some games 58 or 60. Well, now, you might be thinking, wait, if I'm only getting 55 or 58 or 54, that isn't Rock Hero level. Rock Hero level is 60 and, 60 or more consistently. But in all honesty, most Rock Heroes, they get around, I don't know, about 55, 58-ish a game. They don't actually get 60 consistently every game. Now you're probably thinking, wait, but how do they do 60 consistently in studio to get Rock Hero then? Most of the time they're just doing really well on that day, or they're just on a really good streak and decide to do studio while they're on that really good streak and end up getting Rock Hero. But most of the time they're only getting around 55 to 58. So if you are getting around 55, you're basically a Rock Hero. And trust me, in another couple of days you can go into studio and get Rock Hero. So yeah, basically 55 is kind of Rock Hero, since that is what most people are going to be getting if they've got Rock Hero status and have just became a Rock Hero. So give it a few more days, as I said, and you will probably be getting 60 consistently anyway, and can go into studio and make your Rock status Rock Hero / Rock God. So yeah, that's it. Basically that's all 7 days covered. It's quite a lot to take in all honesty, but it can be done. You've probably forgotten at least half of the days watching this. But if I was you, I'd watch the whole guide at first, just so you know what you're getting into, and if you think this is doable for you, and then I would try it for yourself. So on day 1, literally just read all the tips for day 1, then on day 2, read all the tips for day 2, and so on and so on. You get the point. But yeah, that is the guide for how to become a rock hero in 1 week. So that's it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy it, make sure to leave a like, subscribe and share it with your friends if they are trying to get rock hero as fast as possible, and maybe even in 1 week. So make sure to share it with your friends if they're trying to get rock hero, and make sure to like the video if you want to see more content on TT Rockstars, whether it's a guide or a funny video like a skit, or a TT Rockstars hacker video, or just anything to do with TT Rockstars. Make sure to leave a like, as it does show your support and it just really helps out. Not only that, if you're going to subscribe and you want to get notified every time I upload, make sure to press the bell right after you subscribe. And not only that, make sure in your YouTube settings you've actually got notifications on, since a lot of people end up turning on the bell for YouTubers, yet they haven't actually got notifications on, so they don't get notified when they upload. So make sure you do have notifications on in your YouTube settings before you press the bell. But yeah, so make sure to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new and you want to see more TT Rockstars content, since I do loads of TT Rockstars here. As I said, I do guides, I do TT Rockstars hacker videos, I do funny videos like skits. I do just loads of TT Rockstars videos. So if you like TT Rockstars, I'm your guy, because I do so many TT Rockstars videos. And not only that, in December this month, if you're watching in December 2021, I'm going to be dropping quite a bit of content, since I haven't uploaded for about 2 months now, and I reckon I'm going to upload at least like 15 videos this month, and there are going to be a lot of bangers. So make sure to stay tuned and turn on the bell and be ready. Not only that, if you got this far into a video, comment down below Rock Hero Gang and I will reply to your comment if I see it. I might not be able to reply to everyone, but every comment I see saying Rock Hero Gang, I will make sure to reply to. So yeah, if you got this far in the video, make sure to comment down below Rock Hero Gang. So yeah, that's for this video. If you did enjoy it, leave a like. If you like TT Rockstars and want to see more, subscribe. Turn on the bell if you want to get notified every time I upload. Comment down below Rock Hero Gang if you made it this far into the video, and I'll reply to your comment. And make sure to share the video with your friends. It's Rawls here, and bye.
Pick up the phone.